One thing I noticed as I was looking at the photographs is how great everyone looks, which makes me wonder if I've been going to the right place every summer. But I also direct the summer program in Amsterdam. And the goal we have for that particular program is to take the somewhat abstract and remote notions of international criminal law and international human rights and turn them into a working reality, because that's what they are now. And the way we try to accomplish that is by bringing in faculty members who have worked in and practiced in this field and who are currently doing work in that field, so that you can understand what it is like, not only from a theoretical perspective, but also from the day-to-day perspective of people who work in the field of international criminal law and international human rights. And I'll briefly run through the faculty just to give you a flavor for them. The first would, I'm going alphabetically. The first would be Sandra Babcock. She's director of the International Human Rights Clinic at Northwestern Law School. She's also the attorney who argued the Avena case in front of the International Court of Justice at The Hague, which is probably the seminal death penalty decision to come out of that court. You have Professor Oliver Hauck, whom many of you know from here at Tulane Law School, probably one of the most, if not the most respected environmentalists in the United States. He teaches what we consider a cutting-edge course in the relationship between environmental law and international human rights. It's a remarkable course. We have Jan Kleffner, who teaches at Sweden, is also at the University of Amsterdam. He consults on a regular basis with all of the international tribunals. The judges bring him in to learn about the law. You have Denise LeBoeuf. She teaches a course in Amsterdam on international law and the death penalty. She's currently the John Adams Fellow for the ACLU in New York. She is responsible for coordinating the defense of all the death penalty cases at Guantanamo. We have James Silk. He's head of the International Human Rights Clinic at Yale Law School. He also consults on a regular basis with international tribunals and basically travels around the world working on international human rights cases. Bart Stoppert, many of you may have been exposed to him here. He's here right now as a visiting professor teaching a mini course on refugees and stateless persons. I think that particular course probably broke the attendance record for a mini course here at the law school. It was so oversubscribed it had to be moved to a larger room. And then finally you've got Gregory Townsend, who actually right now is he holds two jobs. His daytime job is he's the senior legal officer for the Special Tribunal for Lebanon there at The Hague. Prior to that, he was a senior legal officer with the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia. But obviously Amsterdam is not all study. It is a marvelous place to attend school and a marvelous place to live. Everyone in Amsterdam speaks English, so translation is no problem. Because of that, I made the mistake once of describing Amsterdam as user-friendly, and then I realized that that might not have been a good idea, convey the wrong impression. As many of you may have heard, they have a very different policy towards controlled dangerous substances and prostitution, which makes it an interesting place, but frankly, what you'll discover is those are diversions, and that the real beauties of the city lie elsewhere in the architecture, the museums, the restaurants, and just the general ambiance of the city. So if you are interested in the fields of international human rights, international criminal law, I don't think you could find a better place or a better program to spend your summer.